Thank you for joining our YouTube page. I wanted to go over a couple of sales that we had over the weekend in regards to what sold. I'm going to show you the few things that's have been selling consistently and things that sold within that week time frame. Listed it and it sold within that week. So this first one is a Breyer horse. Now I picked up this lot of I think 70 horses. I think I did a video on it on TikTok, and there was about 71 horses that I picked up for $35 overall. The at a garage sale. The good thing about the garage, I was there early in the morning, 7:30, and the early bird gets the worm, and the lady was trying to get rid of them overall. So I was able to pick those up, and I think these have been selling pretty consistent. I think I'm down to the last few, but I think the first time I've listed those, they're selling 2 3 a week, and because I've sold these type of horses before, so I think I have people that follow the my store know that I picked these up, and this is the second lot that I had picked up. But definitely learned a lot around Breyer horses. I think there's some in there's these matted ones, and the other ones, the high end ones, are about $1,000 to $2,000 depending on the higher end ones. I think there's one that sold for $25,000 on an auction. But that was a rare model of Breyer horses. So if you ever pick these up, there's a website called identifyyourbreyer.com, and it'll help you identify those horses and get them listed correctly. And here's the thing: is if you don't list it correctly, the community itself within that Breyer horse community will help you identify those. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback around these horses. So again, if you don't know this, and they'll definitely help you up. Anyways, I paid about 35 cents for this, and I sold it for 22.49. So it was a good. These have been pretty consistent. Let's go through another one. Here, this Pokemon white version. I picked it up within a week. Actually, I picked it up on their garage sale, listed it that night. The next day it sold. I picked it up for $20. This particular garage sale, whenever I have, because what I'll do is I'll ask, hey, well, how much is this? And they'll say $20, for example. Then I won't say anything. Then of course I'll when they say, well, what do you think? Well, no, let me keep shopping. Let me look around. And I was able to bundle this with a couple of things, and I was able to reduce the price down per item, probably about $5, right? Because I picked up a couple of things. So this one's a quick seller. Whenever you get Nintendo DS games, especially these Pokemon games, you want to look up the comps, and it sold rather quickly. That just tells me I probably underpriced it. I think I could have gotten $99, and if maybe it would have taken a week longer, a month. But anyways, I priced it to the best comp that was out there, $69. Then it sold rather overnight. But I think in this one, because there's a lot of demand for this, I think a $99 selling price it would have been sold in that. So this is always a good pickup for those. Now, the key thing is that I had, I if you get a 1x or 2x return, it's a quick sale. So definitely, if you have to pay $25, $30 for it, it's a 1x return. Then it's a quick sale, though. All right, so just consider those things. Let's go to the next one here. This Ford GTO 918, basically it's a car model, and I picked up a lot of, I think, I want to say there's about 15 of these, 16 of these for $55 with a couple other things, but I probably paid, I don't know, $4 and so for each one of them, and they've been selling really consistent. This one, I've listed them and immediately sold 3 of them that first day or two, and a few of them, every week I've got 2 or 3 sales in this, but whenever you get these type of cars, right, the Maisto, the Jada toys, things like that, especially the ICAST models, they sold rather quickly. So this one I picked up for about $4. Sold it for $30. I think the highest priced one I sold for $69 overall, but these have been pretty consistent. And the next one is this Nikon camera. Cameras are a good seller. It depends which ones they are. This one's a Nikon J1. I paid up for this, $45, I believe. I couldn't bundle anything because there's nothing else there. So that's the kind of if you can't find anything there, then it's just the one price negotiating those prices. they actually wanted 50, and I said, hey, well, it doesn't even charge. I'm going to buy one, and they said, okay, 45. Then I offered 40. We met in the middle, 45. So I had to buy this charger there, which cost me, I think, $9 overall. So I think I have about $55 into it. Sold it for 199. That took me about a week to do, and I put in. I always keep whenever I go to the bins, I find these SD cards and I always include them in there. So that was one of the things I picked up at the bins. I always pick those up. I have extras. So in situations like this, right, you just make sure it's cleared out and it adds more value to it, right? So the thing is that all these extra things you want to pick up that you know that you want like to sell, for example, cameras, or I pick up a lot of iRobots, so I buy all the accessories when I find them at the bins. So it just adds more value to your product as you sell them. Then the second thing is I always picking up these pink shirts. This was new in tag. I bought it at a garage sale for $2. Sold it for, I think I took a best offer for this for $10. Right. Sometimes when I do this, right, it's because I want the individual to come back and shop at the store. Sometimes I offer like, hey, I want them to say, hey, I got a really good deal from this person. I'm going to go back, and that's what they did. They bought this, and and they were looking at my store, and I think they bought something else. But I was waiting. Sometimes you have to give a little, right? So that's that right there. Another thing is this Ozark Trail. This is fairly new, and this is in a bundle at a garage sale. That's where I picked up a PlayStation 3, a a couple of like a DVD VHS recorder. But this is part of a bundle. I think I was probably into it about $4 overall, I think. But this is a quick sale. As soon as I listed it, it sold within a couple days and $49.99. I don't pick these up quite a bit, but the last thing I picked up was a Yeti bag full of concrete stains, and that sold for 125 because I think they retail about 350 or $300 brand new. But everything worked on that Yeti. But anyways, in this one, it was fairly new, really good condition. I sold it in a couple days. Again, at $4 into it, $49.99, free shipping. So I got a good sale out of that. So this this next one is a Fat Boy seat. This particular garage sale, and this sold within a couple of days. I took the best offer, $200, listed it for $299. And because my business model is I don't like keeping inventory, I'll sell it as quickly as I can to generate that revenue. In this particular one, the garage sale, I noticed a couple of things in the garage sale, and I overheard this conversations about, we're just trying to get rid of stuff. I don't want it back in the garage and whatnot. So it really kind of, okay, great. You know what? Let me negotiate that. So the person wanted 45. I said, you know what? I went with the kind of a low ball. And I said, hey, 20. I'll give you 20 for it to get it out of your way. And they said, okay, good, 20. They took it, ran with it, and I listed it for 299 and took the best offer of I think $200 to get it out of there. So I definitely made some money, quick money from this, right? This is a Harley Davidson Fat Boy seat, right? So Harley Davidson is always a good brand to pick up. So this next one is this. Picked this up at an estate sale for $75. I paid up a little bit on this, but I knew it was going to be a quick sell. It took me about 2 to 3 weeks to sell this, but for a good $300, $400, and typically brand new, they're about 450, 500. But this one's new, but the box was damaged around now. So this was at an estate sale. I paid $75, and again, it quickly sold. I never come across these brands, and it was kind of odd. This item was really odd to me, but again, always check your comps. Always look at everything that you can, even though it was huge. It was a huge box, right? It was a 25 by whatever, but it was the good thing about it. It's already pre-packed. Everything's pre-packed. Everything's good. You just have to take photos of it, things like that when it's brand new, and list all the anything that's wrong with it. It's good. So this next thing, this actually sold twice, meaning that it was a vintage Tommy Hilfiger jacket. It sold once, it didn't fit, returned it back, then I sold it again within a couple of days. But the description and everything, the length is in there. But vintage Tommy, I never pick up Tommy Hilfiger items. only if they're vintage items, right? For timing, I think those sell rather quickly, but nothing current. So this one sold for $29.99. I think I have $1 into it because I picked it up for $1 at a garage sale. The next thing is this NES edition mini console that sold overnight. I think the comps are around $70. I tested it; it worked fine. I've had one before, and that one probably took me a long time to sell. I might have overpriced it, but this one I sold it within the comp. I listed it within the comps, and actually sold overnight. But these are, and I think this one I definitely got a garage sale as part of a bundle, and I think about $2 or $3 into it. But again, it tested, it worked fine, so it sold quickly for $70. This next one, I wanted to show you CDs. I think there was someone, and this is one of those episodes where TikTok made me buy it. In regards to CDs, there was a lady selling at a garage sale, trying to get rid of everything, the same thing, right over the conversation, and and they're they're trying to sell everything, and she kept on insisting. You know how you get those some of those garage sales that they're insisting on things like, hey, buy this, or want to take everything for whatever me. And this person was very insistent on this CD lot or DVD lot, CDs. Knowing that, I said, okay, let me take a look at it. And it was a lot. It was probably about a good 150 CDs and DVDs, all 90% of the brand new, sealed in the case. And I said, okay, if anything, you know what, keep them or just donate them, whatever it may be. So she said, I said, okay, I bundled everything together, and I said, what about $10 for everything, and I'll get it off your plate. And she said, okay, get it, right, grab it. All right, so I grabbed it. So this is part of that, right? So I paid $10, and I sold quite a few of these. I sold a lot of DVDs for $75, and this one for 23. This is new, so CDs do sell, some of them. So never look over these. Here's another car, part of the lot that I sold for $29.99. Part of the same lot of die-cast cars that I picked up. This one right here is a Jaguar one. So again, always take a look at the die-cast cars whenever you see them in the garage sale. And this right here is a keytar, right, keyboard that I picked up for $5 at a garage sale. I think I don't really like picking up a lot of Wii items because I think the markets are saturated with a lot of those things. But I just picked it up because it's such a low price. Or plus it came with the dongle and the manual, right? If it was alone, I would definitely not pick it up. But it came with those two things because the dongle alone is really, if you sell it separately, that's a good $19, $20 to sell those, right? So this sold overnight rather quickly. So just a couple. This right here was an Atari set that took me a while to sell. The reason I bring it up is because price matters. Because I think I listed it for $89 for a while. So as soon as I adjusted the price to $59, it sold within that same day or same week. Even though there's some issues with it, it sold within that. So I sold it. So Atari, and this is a Sears. This is the Sears version of Atari back in the day. So it's not pretty popular, but I think it's once you price it correctly, right, and it'll definitely sell for you. And the last thing is another model, right? This one right here, the buyer went back and forth. The buyer wanted $10. I said no. I think $19 is a fair price. There's a couple of issues with it at the very top. There's some scratches and whatnot, damaged, but nothing major, nothing broken. The comps are around $25 or so. So I listed at that, sold it, went back and forth a little bit, and did that. So just wanted to share a couple of things with you of what I sold over the week. So hopefully this helps you kind of give, again, the idea behind reselling today is to give you enough knowledge to make those decisions where you're out garage selling, right? To kind of look for those bolos and things like that because, comps, looking at comps is important. But if you know that something sells, you don't have to take the time to look for that comp. You don't have to take those two or three extra minutes. You pick it up, grab it, and you go look for other things, or you head off to the next garage sale. So, especially garage selling between like 6 o'clock and 11, that's your prime hour. So the more you do, the more efficient you are, the more sales are the more stuff you're gonna be able to pick up, more quality items you're gonna pick up, thus increasing your sales, right? So hopefully this helps.